Good day, everyone. I'm a second year medical student at the University of Ibadan, and I was given this opportunity by the Things Talk Show to talk about stress in medical school and how to survive in medical school. So, first off, I would like to give a brief overview of how medical school is in Nigeria basically. So it is divided into three parts. First, the 100 level. In the 100 level, where um you are getting exposed to some more advanced physics, chemistry, biology, math. It depends on medical schools. It depends on different schools entirely. So you do some stuff that you may or may not know. So it is still relatable. Then you have the preclinical, which is the 200 and the 300 levels. You do your anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. Then clinicals, where you get exposed to a lot of new stuff like pathology, pharmacology, medicine, surgery, obstetrics, gynecology, pediatrics. Then for dental students, you get exposed to oral biology, restorative dentistry, oral pathology, child oral health, oral maxillofacial surgery, and the likes. So you, in the clinicals, just from the word clinical, you attend clinics, you meet patients, live patients, you collect them, you make reports, and all that. So that's basically how medical school is in general. Then for the exams in 100 level, you write your normal exams like every student. You may have up to 18 courses. Like when you talk about 18 courses, it depends. You can have different branches of physics. Like in the University of Ibadan, we have four branches of physics, and there are four different courses. So in some schools, the physics could be same, and they could also be split, like it is done in medical school, University of Ibadan. So it depends. Let's say you have like 15 courses, so you do 15 exams, um, that will span through first semester and second semester, 100 level. But from 200 level upwards, you do only four exams for medicine students, medicine and surgery students. Then for dentistry students in the University of Ibadan, we'll do six exams. So in between those exams, you do what you call in course. That's your tests. You do tests, CAs. So those CAs will add up to your 40 marks. Then you do your medical board exam, your MB, and when you pass, you move to the next level. So that's the brief overview of medical school. Now, to survive in medical school, medical school is where you come to and you are given a lot of new information, and sometimes it is very hard to process the information within the short time you are given. So you have to develop different coping techniques. You have to do what is right. You have to get used to the system and all of that. So first thing, I will need to talk about the general life in medical school. And before I do that, I will need to clear this notion that medical school is not exactly for the intelligent students. Medical school is for average students that are ready to work hard, because if you don't if you don't spend the long hours studying, then you are not going to get results whether you are intelligent or not. Because yeah, as long as you don't read it, you won't know it. Not like 100 level you um where you have foundation knowledge of things, and even if you don't study, sometimes you can have idea and all of that. So general life medical school, First, you should not work in isolation. You should not work in isolation. You should have people that you work with, not work like your schoolwork. You do your schoolwork. Don't do your schoolwork in isolation. Don't say you are a one man army and you don't need people. No, you need people. Then have friends in your class. Don't say the people in your class are not your type and you cannot associate with them, so you are going to work in isolation. It won't work. It won't work for you that way, because medical school is somewhere that humbles a lot of people. You see people that had very sound scores from secondary school, even in 100 level, and they are now struggling to pass in medical school. So it could actually be damaging to your mental health. And if you are having mental health, if you're having mental health issues, not madness, basically just, let's say, depression, for example, you're having some phases of mental health crisis, you should have someone you can talk to. So that is why you don't have to work in isolation, and you also need to have friends in your class that are able to understand exactly what you feel. Because when you are explaining to even your parents, sometimes they may not understand. If you're explaining to somebody in department of music, the person may not understand how you feel. So you need to be with people that understand exactly how you feel about things. So you have a study group if you know it works for you, so you can do a lot of revision and all of that. Then have a specific senior that can guide you in school, both academically and otherwise. Then manage the time you spend on extracurricular activities. Do not waste much of your time on extracurricular activities. I've not said you should cancel extracurricular activities in totality. You can still engage in extracurricular activities, but manage the time you spend on them. And when you are spending time on extracurricular activities, it means you have to cut down on your sleep, because you have spent some time on some things that are not important to your academics. That's your cognitive, the cognitive part of your academics. So you need to get enough time to study. So finally, you need to have long hours of reading, long hours of study. So the minimum a medical student should spend studying is 4 to 6 hours a day. So you find ways to just get your 4 to 6 hours complete, because there are a lot of stuff to know, a lot of information to internalize. So that's that. Then for studying, the aspect of studying, first you need to study what you need. Don't study amiss. If you are studying amiss, then you notice that you know a lot of things, but it is not showing in your exams, it's not showing in your assessment. Then you get information from your immediate predecessors. Emphasis on immediate. You cannot go and meet, maybe in 100 level, you cannot meet the best graduating students, which is a best graduating student is definitely someone that just finished 600 level. You can't meet a best graduating student to give you guides on how to pull through 100 level. The person will not be able to give you much information, because a lot of things might have changed in the course of the 6 years or the 5 years that he has passed through the school. So you need to meet your immediate predecessors to give you information. Then you develop a good reading schedule. I think I've talked about that before. You develop a good reading schedule. You ensure that where you are reading is serene enough and it is comfortable for you to internalize information. Then you study your lecturers. When you study your lecturers, you are able to know what they want you to reproduce for them during their exams, and you are also able to know the aspects that they love most, the aspects that they would most likely want you to answer questions from. Because here you need to do a lot of study of your lecturers, because just like I said, there's a lot to know. And if you are not able to study your lecturers to know the kind of questions they can set, then there will be a lot of problem for an individual like that. Then you study past questions too. Past questions also help. Past questions are important, and you sometimes you can be lucky, you get questions in your exam from past questions. So that's pretty much it. ensure you have people, because year can be a little bit depressing. So you ensure that you have people you can talk to. So that is pretty much it. I wish everyone good luck in their sojourn to medical school.